y'all know how long I've been waiting for this? This episode and the next episode of Invincible, absolute comic book masterpiece, man. I've been waiting since the first episode of Invincible dropped. But we see Angstrom done collected a bunch of marks like he was a damn Pokemon. And I get it, his brain's fried. He's not really thinking rationally. But like, Angstrom got beef with the only good mark in the multiverse. This nigga Angstrom and Powerplex forged from the same brain cell. Angstrom then releases all of the Invincible variants onto Mark's dimension, and they just start running roughshod throughout the entire planet, just causing chaos and mayhem for no reason. Then Mark and Eve get a call on the phone that a bunch of other Marks are just beating up the planet, and these Invincible variants is deranged. Listen to this nigga.
I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire.
Yeah, buddy, you gotta go first. We got Freddy Krueger Invincible over here sounding like he chain smoked out the womb. Viltrumite Empire Invincible fighting his Wolfman. Fun fact, this was supposed to be Spawn, but you know, copyright issues and shit. We got Invincible with a cape over here fighting Solid Snake, and all I'm thinking about is Edna right now. No capes, cause little bro gets blinked in the chest. It wasn't the cape's fault, but I'm gonna blame it. We got Mustache Mark over here fighting Tech Jacket. Y'all niggas don't know about Tech Jacket yet, but that nigga's a goer. Just for us to go see what Rex and Ray is doing, and Rex done helped Ray move into her apartment as explosions go off in the distance. From all the character development he's been getting this season, there ain't never been a nigga more dead than Rexplode is right now. When he was dipping out, he even told Ray, "I'll be right back." She should have knew right then and there he was never coming back. So Mark gets to the prison and he sees the Faux Hawk variant of himself, and he's perplexed. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be confused too if I saw myself rocking that shitty ass haircut. I gotta fold you for that off the principles alone, gang. But Faux Hawk Invincible pulls up on Mark thinking that it's one of the variants that got sent to destroy the Earth, and he's like, wait a minute, you're the Mark of this world, and tried to steal up on Marcus frame one. He dodged and tackled bro through a building. Once they come out that hole, Faux Hawk Invincible just sternum check Mark, uppercut his ass, grabbed him by the leg, slammed him on the ground, then tossed his ass in the air. He flies up to bro. They both block each other's punches just for Marcus to get tackled down. Once the dust clears, we see that they having a test of strength just for Mark to ask bro why he's here. He don't get an answer, but what he does get is a headbutt to the mouth as Faux Hawk Vince is choking his ass out. Mark said, enough of this BS. Hit bro with the discombobulate. Knock this goofy ass out. 3 more superheroes then pull up thinking that Mark is one of them evil niggas, and they just start beating this nigga's ass. I mean, god damn, they are putting belt to ass on this nigga. And Powerplex in the cut watching this like, he was finna join in on the fight, but Mohawk Invincible got up and he started mowing his ass down with his powers. As we see Oliver just seeing what's going on the news, so he goes out to help. But once we get back to Mark, that Mohawk nigga is laid out. I mean, that brother is a goner. We go to the GDA and god damn, I know Cecil happy as hell he made the precautions on Mark. Cecil's thumb is not leaving off that button, and the reanimate is just pummeling this version of Invincible into the ground. I mean, they turned brother into tomato paste. So now Cecil's calling everybody they have. They call my nigga Kid Britt. This nigga is a real stepper. But we see Oliver over here helping people out in the rubble. We are now in day 2 of this invasion, and Oliver sees an Invincible flying. He's in black and blue. He's like, oh, that's my nigga Marcus. He pulls up on Cuzzo and sees that it's Condom Head Invincible. They got this nigga looking like my nigga Cyclops. But hey, when Cyclops does get introduced in the MCU, I'm gonna need them to chop the top off that like a convertible, bro. You do not need a condom head on my nigga Scott Summers. Please respect the kid. We go over to Mark and Eve when they is flying through the city until they see one of the Invincibles getting jumped. And I mean, they are doing this nigga dirty. They're in a circle just beating his ass, and he's just letting it happen. But he smashes the ground, knocking them all back, and he starts talking crazy until my nigga Marcus chin checks the piss out of him, bro. We then see an Immortal fighting an Invincible, and I don't even got to talk about it. We already know what's going to happen. This nigga Immortal is going to sell like he always does. My little nigga Oliver got knocked down just for that Condom Head Invincible to lift a rock up over brother's head, getting ready to end his life. But Oliver slid up under him and cracked his ass right in the back just for Condom Head Invincible to stretch that shit off. Oh yeah, Oliver, it's over for you, is what I would say, but that nigga was getting jumped. Invincible with a cape over here fighting a luchador. We see another Invincible fighting John Cena. We got this other Invincible fighting a baby, and I don't even know what to call it, man. The goddamn thing had a baby with a Hulk, it looks like. But this goblin-faced ass nigga threw the baby at Mark. He blocked. The goblin and the baby tried to get this 4-piece off on Mark, but he weaved just to hit him with an uppercut, and oh nah. This green goblin ass nigga fell on the baby. That brother is a goner. We then see this Invincible throw this damn car at that nigga as we go back to Mark and Eve. And oh nah, These niggas, even Mark was putting belt to ass. They inherited the spirit of Yuji and Toto, was beating the dog piss out of this nigga. Until my boy Marcus kicks bro away. Cloth Mask Invincible gets up and he starts talking crazy just for Omni Invincible to pull up. And Mark's like, oh yeah, nah, Eve, you got to get out of here. And as soon as she said no, that Omni-Man Invincible was on her ass. And Cloth Mask Invincible and Mark was actually throwing them bitches until Mark dodged judo through that nigga just to pull up on Omni Invincible and tackling his ass before he could hit Eve. He over here spinning that nigga by the cape. What did Edna say about capes again? Before he can even pop anything off, Cloth Mask Invincible hammer fisted that nigga down. Omni and Cloth Mask Invincible pull up on Mark and just start stomping his ass out. But Eve made this big ass square, pushed them niggas against and slamming them into this building. Eve goes to check on Mark, and Mark gets up. He tells Eve to go because them two niggas pop up out of that building and they start dogging Mark. Mark gets a little offense off, but Omni-Man Invincible goes after Eve. She tries to block him with a shield, but he's too fast and too strong. He breaks through that bitch, grabs her by the leg, and snap that bitch right off the bone and slammed her ass right on the ground. I saw this happen to a nigga at a Bojangles once. Mark, trying to spin back for his girl, throws one nigga into another nigga, knocking them away, trying to make sure she's good. And now the two Invincibles are talking crazy to Mark, being like, you can't fight us and save Eve at the same time. Until it starts raining reanimate, and they start putting the pots and pans on the two Invincibles as Mark and Eve dip. We go back to the Invincible Immortal was fighting, and who could have guessed it? This nigga done laid out the whole team. Dark Shadow over here popping out of bro's shadows, kicking him in the back. And then this Invincible just laughing through it all, just having himself a jolly good time. Darkwing said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Try to do that again on Mark, but he almost died the same way the original Darkwing almost died. In the same base too. I'm not gonna lie, if I was the Guardians of the Globe, I'm never working here again. Immortal tries to spin back for his boy, get some licks off on Invincible, but it ain't amounting to nothing. Hit that brother with a 3-piece, sent his ass flying, just for Duplicate to pull up and... Yeah, man, go ahead, put the fries in the bag. This Invincible start reminiscing on 3 minutes ago when he ripped this nigga Shapesmith in half just for Immortal to hit bro with this mean ass uppercut. He's like, alright nigga, that's enough out of you. Immortal fluid Invincible, he palmed this grown ass man's entire head, punched his ass down, stomped on his chest, and then stomped his head off. He then picked up Immortal's head, lobbed that bitch at Kate, and cut her body in half. I mean, Kate and Immortal is two sides of the same cheeks, bro. Like, these niggas are bums. But Darkwing pulled up and took that nigga to the Shadowverse. I'm not gonna lie, that's a Mickey Mouse ass W. We then switch to my nigga Robot, and he's gripped up by an Invincible. He gets ripped out of his suit of armor just for Bulletproof to tackle Invincible away. But Bulletproof gets kicked up in the air, hits his back on the ceiling, and on his way down, he gets punched. Then my nigga Rex gets up. He tells everybody to leave. Bulletproof takes Amanda and Rudy. They get out of there, and that was just Rex versus Invincible. And my nigga Rex is a real demon. Solo, Dolo, and Invincible by himself, them bum ass Guardians of the Globe could never. Rex over here throwing everything at Invincible and then some till he knocks his ass down from the ground. He then charges up the floor, exploding that bitch. But we all know that's not gonna be enough to kill Invincible. Invincible gets up from out the smoke, yokes that nigga Rex up. Invincible over here talking crazy to Rex like, brother, you don't have anything else left, man. You're even dumber than the Rex from my universe. But Rex got this deep ass gash in his gut. Puts his hand in there and he's like, this the last thing I got to blow up. And Invincible's like, what? My whole entire skeleton. Kamikaze Jackson taking them both out. We then get a montage of all the death and destruction caused. A lot of the Invincibles are dead. They done wrecked like 50% of the planet. This nigga Powerplex even done smoked him in Invincible. Nigga a little too geeked. You then get to day 3 of the invasion, and these niggas up the animation budget just to show these Invincibles aura farming over the destruction of Earth. Angstrom then tells all the remaining Invincibles to pull up above Mark's house. But now that they're here, Angstrom tells all the other Invincibles to go find Mark, and they're like, this is not what we agreed on. And Angstrom's like, up, that's crazy. Sends them all into that same dimension. They're done for now. So Marcus pulls up on Angstrom and tackles brother immediately. Mark over here confused because he thought he killed Angstrom, and he's like, nuh-uh-uh. Starts throwing these orbs at his ass, and god damn, them bitches pack a punch. He ported in some more orbs, having them beat this nigga's spine down. Mark gets back up. He flies top speed at Angstrom. He tried to hit him with that same portal nonsense he did that first fight. Mark's not an idiot this time. He stops in his tracks, jumps over that bitch. Tried to punch Angstrom, but his ass dodged. Angstrom starts spamming them orbs, and Mark is dipping and dodging as best he can, but there's too many of these orbs. He almost got knocked into another portal, but he stopped right before it could happen. Mark locks in, starts weaving portals, even with these orbs pelting his ass. As Angstrom opened the portal right above Mark, having them orbs come up, and he dodged them hoes, pulls up on Angstrom, and oh nah. All these orbs beamed my nigga Marcus down. Angstrom goes down there to confront Mark, tells his ass to try it again. Mark flies top speed at Angstrom, but two tidal waves of orbs come out of portals, beaming my nigga Mark down. They over here doing Mark like Mr. Incredible. He's getting pushed back, but he's punching a bunch of these orbs out of the way until Angstrom opens up a third portal and another wave of orbs come flying at Mark. They almost pushed Mark in that portal behind him, and these orbs is over here cutting Mark up. Angstrom then starts talking shit. He says, "Don't worry, little nigga, I'm gonna bring you back after I destroy everything you love." So Mark decides to lock in, starts punching these orbs, walking down on this nigga Angstrom. Angstrom seeing Mark get closer and closer, and the orbs getting less and less until there's no more. Mark pulls up on bro, grips him up by the neck, and Oliver pulled up telling Mark to kill him, and he was about to, but Angstrom escaped through a portal. Mark tried to grab his arm and pull his ass back, but the portal closed and cut off that arm. Angstrom tried to go back. He told the surgeons to fix his ass up, but nah, they don't. They're like, nah, you promised us something. You didn't give it to us. You work for us now, gang. And Mark and Oliver go try to fix all the damage that was caused by the Invincible War. They're helping out, but Powerplex zaps my nigga Mark like 2 times. He was finna do it a third. Oliver punched that nigga and Mark's like, no, don't do that, gang. They both pull up on Powerplex, hugging this nigga out until he's out of juice, arresting him. Mark's tired, bro. He's been going through hella shit since he put on this blue suit. Just for him to turn around and see this old ass nigga Conquest say some damn,
"Stand ready for my arrival, worm."
I mean, this nigga Mark can't catch a break. And I'ma just say this right here and now. If Amazon decides to lock in, bro, Conquest versus Mark finna be some generational fades. With that being said, that's the end of the fight. Moral of the story today, sometimes niggas just gots to go. But that's the end of the video. If you liked, like, comment, subscribe, do the good stuff, and yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.